Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen. This is a roundup episode and I need a better title for what we are going to do. We're going to do something that I think is super fun. You may not, but I'm hoping we can keep each other company. So, here is my thought. And this is something I have been thinking about for a while. Let us pull out Exhibit A. Here is Exhibit A. This is the book, The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden. If you are new to junk journaling or unfamiliar, this is one of the, I don't want to call it Holy Grail books because that has a connotation that isn't quite true. It is a much desired and prized book because it has images. Just randomly I open it and pages are looking like that. Whenever anybody thrifts this book, usually what you get is, hey, look what I got, The Country of a Diary Edwardian Lady, and then you move on. If you look online, you will not see any real details. If you buy a journal with one of these pages, you'll see that page. If you buy a journaling packet, you might get a page from this book, but it's still only a page. And my thought is this, subject to debate and thinking about it and abandonment and so on and so forth. Why can't we make our own? And by our own, I mean this. Edith woke up one day, one January, had a blank diary and filled it. So we theoretically could do the same using her book as prompts or inspirations maybe. So what I want to do is I want to do a detailed deconstruction. That's what this is. It's a roundup. It's a deconstruction. And make notes about this book so that we know for all time what it is. If you are not interested in that kind of detail, here's another reason why you might want to watch, and that is I want to go slowly page by page through this book. A flip through that is not but a page by page review. So you get a chance to look inside what all the fuss is about and decide for yourself, is it worth it or not? So I have two pieces of paper here. I have grid and I have paper, and we're going to make some notes. That's what we're going to do. And this is going to help me, if I decide that this is going to be a worthy year-long project, that I will have information about how many pages, what kind of stuff I need to fill it with, etc., etc. So let's jump right into it. So, this is the original printing of this book. There are multiple prints. This is the original, I think it's 1977. Yes, 1977. We should theoretically know how many copies exist in the world. So that's a question that I don't know. So let's do some notes. Edith Holden and The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady, 1977, by Edith Holden. Okay, so first thing we want to do is size. So these pages are 7 by 10. Oh, 7 by 9. 7 by 9 inch pages. Another thing is that these are printed very specifically in whatever color this is. Pages are raw sienna. Do I have... It's sort of, well, dirty watercolors. Sort of ish. It's a light yellow. The print is brown. Okay. So far, so good. Now this is, it says, a facsimile reproduction of a naturalist diary for the year 1906. So this is 1906. Edith Holden recorded in words and paintings the flora and fauna of the British countryside through the changing seasons of the year. So this is flora and fauna of her countryside. Now, wherever we happen to be, could be whatever the area is. Flora and fauna exist pretty much everywhere. Sometimes you have to look, not gonna lie, but I'm trying to think of any environment where you wouldn't have at least something. Might have a lot of the same thing, that's okay too. Okay, we're doing that, so we might want to add landscape. Landscape, yeah, okay. So far, so good. Oof. So that's where she is. That's who she, that's what that is. So where page, okay, so we have a title page. Title page, and she has location, the author, the title and date, and then she has a quote by Byron. So if we were to do that, this would probably take us not long. She also is doing this hand printing herself. She's not using any kind of tracing. She is doing that as herself. So the title and date, and this is hand capital letters and IE, and I'm just going to do an example of that. So hand-drawn capital letters, so this would be my N, where that would be her N. And you're not, I think my thought would be, I am not trying to copy her font. I am trying to do mine as a prompt, if you know what I mean. So my nature notes, if I were to do this, I would use my NATURE notes, not try and copy hers. Okay. So this is page 1. So let's, how many pages? 1, 2, Oh, okay. All right. Okay. 76, 1 to 177. Then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9-page appendix, which is the common name and Latin name of her local wildflowers. In alphabetical order. So I'm going to guess at the end of the year, she put this together and then wrote this in by common name. Everything she does is printed. And I also forgot to mention at the beginning, this will take as long as it takes. Because I think we might be here a while. Maybe not. Who knows? Wow. She's done an awful lot of research. Where's raspberry? Raspberry. Primate, poppy, pimpernel, mallow, nettles, oxlips. So she is looking at not just wildflowers, but flora. This could be squished off and had flora. Burdock burrs are not normally known as a wildflower. Wildflower, so this is flora. Okay, so she has, what do we say, 177 pages. So now, I need to move a chair over here because that's my off to the side reference, and my new off to the side reference needs to be, I think, one of these. So here's my thought. We go back to the beginning. Look at page 1. What do I want to do? So you need to move the book out of the way for a minute because I need to draw some lines. So this is gridded. I'm just randomly drawing a line. Okay. So this should be January. So each box should represent a page. We'll go with that. Find the page again. And because I don't trust myself exactly, I'm going to use a pencil to start with. And I'm going to bring my book back. And I'm going to flip over. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we'll hit code. So this page is notes and quotes about the month. So we'll do M, notes and quotes about the month. Which is the title page for the month. Then we have a picture. And this is drawing. D for drawing. Sure. I don't know that I need to distinguish birds or animals from flora and fauna. You think? Not this pass. Next page. These are two quotes. So that's Q. Dead leaves of Elm Oak Beach. And we have another drawing. And we have another drawing. Oh dear. So, this looks like she is writing a diary. I have drawing and diary that both start with the same letter. So this is not ideal. So we're going to go back and we're going to make the D's A's. So we're going to say art, 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 diary. So that's A, and then D is diary. I could do plant and animal. So I could do an AA, art animal. This could be an art plant. That could be an art animal. That's a diary. So what's her diary like? Saw several moorhens feeding on a newly plowed field, on a newly plowed field, not far from a pond. Day 14, great gale of wind and rain. 18, today I saw a curious oak tree growing in a field near Eldon Park. From a distance, it looked as if half of the tree were dead and the other half covered with glossy green leaves. On examination, the main trunk and two of the main branches proved to be of a species of oak that had mossy acorn cups and large, deeply serrated leaves, leafless in winter. Growing out of the crowns of the tree trunk and forming fully half the tree was an evergreen or cork oak in full foliage. The join in the two trunks was scarcely perceptible. Oh, that's fun. So that's D and that's D. So she did January 1st, January 5th, the 11th, the 12th, 14th, 18th, 23rd, and 26th. So she did two, so A, D, D, yeah, okay. This is more art. It's a plant, okay. Hazelnut catkins. And this is diary quote. And this is 27, 27, and 29. And this is quotes and art. And more quotes. So quotes. And so this feels like this top part here. She's going into the use specifically. So she's doing a very detailed drawing of it and then detail about the use specifically. That's something different. It's not a quote. It's not a diary. You can fill in the blank and tell me in the comments what you think that should be. Because I'm not sure. I know. I want to say taxidermy, but that's not right. Field guide? Let's do F. F for field guide. So that is an F and a Q. Okay. So, January was 11 days. Woo! We might not need so much. As soon as I don't draw the line, then we will need something. So let's do that. There. So January, and now we have February. February. What did we say January was? Okay, she's got all weird already. So, February. I'm going to say she's starting off with art of an animal variety. Move this over so you can see it some better. Some better. This is a title page. So that's an M. And that's got the name of the month, some description, feast days, whole blank. Then we have this, which is a quote drawing. We have diary, and we have 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. So what does she have to say? What does 9 say? Snowstorm in the night. This morning we looked out on a white landscape. This is the first deep snow we have had this winter. I swept a space free on the lawn and strewed it with bread and rice. Crowds of birds came. I counted 8 tits at one time on the coconut and the tripod of sticks supporting it. There were some terrible battles among the tits this morning. One tiny blue cap took possession of the coconut, sitting down in the middle of it, bidding defiance to all others. It was very funny to see him squatting in the shell, sparring and hissing at a great tit who came at him with open wings and beak. There was a partial eclipse of the moon visible this morning at 5:57 a.m. At 8 o'clock in the evening, there was a beautiful rainbow-colored halo around the moon, unusually bright and distinct. So this is a drawing. Next is D, drawing, and that is, it's art. We call it an art, not D. Art, plant. And this is art quote. This is diary. Wow, she did a lot of writing in February. 15, 16, 24, 27, 28. And then this shrew bit is, what did we call them? It's a D and an F. Field guide, that's field guide. Oh, to a mouse. This is Robbie Burns. My mom used to quote this a lot. "We sleekit cowering timorous beastie, what a panics in thy breastie. Thou needna start away sae hasty, we bickering brattle. I wade be laith to rin and chase thee, wi murdering paddle." So it's a farmer out, and he didn't mean to scare the little guy. So this is a page of quotes. That is art of a plant variety. I love pussy willows. It's one of the trees that I would like to put in my garden. That's another source of, she was out in a meadow, but we have gardens inside, we have gardens outside, we have flowers that we enjoy, we have public gardens. We have lots of, oh, okay, that was, February's a wrap. Alrighty then. She probably gets rolling in the summertime. I'm gonna throw that out for because she's probably traveling then, and obviously there's gonna be a lot more activity. March. So March is, so March, this is the, what do we call it? March is the title page, so that's the main page. This is art of animals. Plowing the fields. A peck of March dust is worth a kingdom's ransom. Next is quotes. Nothing but quotes, and this is art and quotes. Oh, that's really pretty. Little egg. March, this is diary. What days is she doing? So March 1, March 4, March 6, and March 10. Tonight a toad was discovered jumping about in the hall. It must have come through the garden door, which has been standing open all day. Another day of bright sunshine. The leaf buds in the hedges have been making wonderful progress these last 3 days of sunshine, and the elm blossom has opened out wide, showing all its little anthers and filaments. In the morning I visited the field where the daffodils grow. The buds are all standing above the grass, standing up straight like little green lance heads among their spears of blue-green leaves. That's kind of cute. Diary, this is art of plants. That's 2 trees. Colt's foot, I'm thinking, and this is young leaves of a hawthorn. Okay, this is another quote. That's another diary page, and we have 10, 12. So she did 2 days of 10. There's that, and she was 10 again. So, and then, okay, 10, 12, 13, 14, and page 20, okay. Woo. This is 2 pages of art. with some quotes. And we're going to call that art. Strawberry leaved cinq feuilles. Why didn't you just call them strawberries? Cinq feuilles is five feuilles is like a leaf, I think. And so strawberries have 5 petals. Maybe feuille here is petal. Cinq is 5. Point being 5 petals. And this is definitely a strawberry. It's got all the runners to it and the serrated edges and the 3 leaves. All right, well, whatever. You do you. So that's the art. What is this? This is, quote, an art. This is more diary. We're on 20, 25, 28, 31. This is quotes and art, and she should be done. Okay. We're just chucking along here. Okay, we can do this. We can totally do this. There we are. This is not what I expected. I don't know what I expected, but it's not this. What did I expect then? I think I didn't expect so much of her looking for quotes and inspiration and using this as, what do we call it, a commonplace book, where you put in quotes that you hear and so on and so forth, and you put it in. I didn't expect that. Okay, that's just what I didn't expect. Okay, so this is your main page. This is going to be an art of an animal. A lot of quotes. I know this is art, but it's not a dominant thing. It is decoration. Oh, now we're up to diaries. Okay, diary, and what are our days? So we have 1, 4, 7, 9, 1, 4, 7, 9, 10, 11. What's 11? Glorious day. Went for a stroll round the fields in the morning and gathered primroses, some of them the largest I ever saw. The wild strawberry, early vetch, wood sorrel, and greater stitchwort are in blossom here. In the afternoon, I went up onto the moor to bring home a pony and a foal, as you do. Both are delightfully picturesque in their shaggy winter coats, and I hope to begin their portraits tomorrow morning. Oh wow, she's going to draw them. Up on the moor, the world seemed to be made up of sky and gorse, such acres of fragrant golden blossoms under a sky of cloudless blue. I saw 2 wall butterflies fluttering about in the sunshine. Oh, that's a lot in that little one entry. It's beautiful. Didn't expect that either. So our page 40 is quotes and art. Ooh, more diary. 12, 13, 14, 15, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19. Oh, 15, Easter Sunday, another brilliant day. Saw a pair of Flouse martins. Watched some trout in the Leat and found a chaffinch's nest nearby. Nearby, finished in a young hawthorn. Okay. Next page is art. So this is similar to one we had before. So she did 2 branches and 2 flowers, and there's 2 branches and 2 flowers. So that's sort of a thing that she does, or did. And then we have an art. We had an art before too that I didn't note. And for me, art just means it's a double spread, and that is, dear, 29. It was in March, the second diary entry. 1, 2, yes. Okay. So in my annotations here, this is getting really scruffy, I know. These boxes mean that they are double spreads. In the event you inherit these notes, and you will need to and you will need to decipher them. But once I get this written down, I can then make it into a proper copy. So we have another diary, and this is 19. Oh, so she's carrying on with 19, second 19. Did I do 2 10s? I didn't. 19, 19, 20, 22, and we have an art plant, and we have a double page, which is art. Ugh. We have a diary. And we have art field note. And I am just going to there. 23, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30. 27, found 2 wren's nests, both built of moss, one in the side of a haystack, the other in a bank. Saw a swift. Oh, 28, showers of hail and sleet. 30, cold northeast wind with frequent showers, but bright intervals. The latter part of April has been very cold and stormy. Okay, that's page 50. We're just going to move along, blah, blah, blah. I know it's part of nature. It doesn't need to be part of mine. Next one is a quote page. And this is another quote page. And another page, double page of art. Okay. So, April has really, that was January, that was February, nothing happening, that March, nothing happening. April, a lot of stuff is happening, and she had 3 double pages that happened. Oh, I've got to do some more lines. May. So May is our main page. Who doffs his coat on a winter's day will gladly put it on in May. Aw, shear your sheep in May and shear them all away. A cold May and a windy full barn will find ye. Be it weal or be it woe, beans blow before May doth go. Oh, all right. Okay, that is some art. That's what that is. Ooh, diary. 1. So she certainly will start the month off with an entry. She's 5 for 5 now for starting the month off. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, and that is art. And when they're combined like this, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to call it art. This is a quote page. That's an art page. That's really pretty. This red here, that color there just matches that purple and goes into that red. Ooh. Red campion, wild hyacinth, wild beaked parsley. So that's the parsley. This must be the campion, and that must be the wild hyacinth. Oh yeah, wild hyacinth. Yeah, that shape I recognize. May, more diary. What? 9. 11, 12. 14, 16, 19. And this is a quote page. So she is quoting people. So this is Barrett Browning. I should sort of tell you who the poets are as we go along. She is, I think, so Elizabeth Barrett Browning belongs to a style and an era, I guess, of literature. And she's got a lot of that. Ooh, a double page. So this is art double page. That's Dean Ingelo. Don't know. That is Wild Arum, Cuckoo Pint, or Lords and Ladies. I know that as Jack in the Pulpit. And I have some. And I know where there is some. Okay. Neither here nor there. Diary 19. Oh, so this is another one that she's carried on. So she stopped there. Now I wonder what happened. That she had to carry on the 19th after that whole poem, all of this art, and then the rest of the day. That's weird. Well, it's not weird, but you think about when you sit down and you do a diary, you're like ba 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 ba. You don't like ba ba ba. I'm going to stop, I'm going to copy this entire poem, and oh, by the way, I'm going to do this really elegant piece of art, and I do some more quotes, and oh yeah, and the rest of the day happened. Unless you did that in the day. And something, well, let us read what happened on the 19th. On my way back from Knoll this morning, I made a halt at Widney. I saw the reed buntings again by the Blythe. I think they must have their nest there. There are quite a number of new flowers in bloom in the marsh by the river. Since I passed a fortnight ago, instead of the unbroken patches of gold kingcups, this marsh is now white with the pretty flowers of the large flowered bittercress. And then she carries on. I also gathered the yellow weasel snout, lady's mantle, field scorpion grass, and the garlic. The latter is just breaking through its green sheaths. The hedgerows are haunted by young fledglings, chiefly blackbirds and thrushes. I saw one precocious young robin trying to capture a worm nearly 3 times as long as itself. Have seen 2 queen wasps this week. So that feels like she was doing the whole thing at once. So I wonder if she is not doing this in continuity. So meaning that I am filling it in like this, and then I go and then I fill it in like this, and then I go and I fill it in like this, and this. It's like, oh, okay, well, you know what? Oh, I found a thing. Find a blank page. I'm going to write this down. Find a blank page. I'm going to do some art. And then my diary is interspersed. Quite possibly. So that was a whole long discussion about the 19th. 19th, 22, 26, 29. And she ends every month with a weather watch. So let's go back to April, wherever the end of April is. The latter part of April has been very cold and stormy. Oh, there's the stupid snakes again. "28th of February, Ash Wednesday. We have had more winter weather this February than any other month this winter." So yeah, the end of every month is a weather roundup. And then so I've just added the 2 observations. One, the first of every month has an entry, and then the month end is what I would call a weather roundup of the month. Okay. Diary. Okay, now we're on to art. And that's arts and quotes. And that is art. It's interesting that she's like, this is, I am drawing a picture of just this, and here is a picture of all of the different things smushed together. It's art and quote. That is art. Okay, now we're on to June. We're clipping along here. I won't do it now, but I will do it and report back on some final tallies of how many pages were diary, how many pages were art, how many pages were blah, blah, blah. Because, well, I'm interested. March, April, June. We're on June, and June starts with art. And then the main page. A dripping June keeps all in tune. June damp and warm, does the farmer no harm. Oh, right off with diaries. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And we have some art. We have some quotes. And we have some art. And here's another where she has, that's clover, that's daisy, that's some kind of a grass, that might be meadow foxtail grass. So those are the two: purple clover, white Dutch clover, daisies, orange tip butterfly. Got it. And then she has meadow foxtail grass. And those are 3 different kinds of grass, I would say. So she hasn't been complete. No harm, no foul. I mean, like, ooh, listen to me say this about that. I am casting no aspersions. It is an observation. So that was an art page. Ooh, diary and art. We are on a continuation of 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, and then more art. So I always like to do the, cycle through Whitney. I gathered the lesser spearwort in the marsh. There are also ragged robin. All the buttercups are now in flower in the meadow, bulbous and creeping varieties. There is a wonderful large crop of oak apples on the oaks this year. I never remember to have seen so many, and the foliage on many of the oak trees is quite covered with small green caterpillars. The oak apple or oak gall is formed by a small insect in the gall wasp, which thus provides shelter and sustenance for its larvae. The transformations, blah, 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 from the larval state are completed within the gall from which the perfect insect tunnels its way out. The formation of the gall appears to be caused by some irritating fluid or virus secreted by the female insect and deposited with her eggs in the puncture made in the branch. And then continuing on June 8th, I saw an owl tonight flying across in the gardens at the back of the St. Bernard's Road. This is the first one I have seen at Ultron. I saw an owl. This is very pretty. This is another double art page. And it's also got quotes in it. Dog roses. Yes, dog roses. And honeysuckle. Oh, that's honeysuckle. All right. That's, what do we call that? It's a quote. And that's by Matthew Arnold. And that is art. Wild service tree and black byrony. And that's art. And it's wild iris. And this is a Demoiselle Dragonfly, female. Oh, so we're at diary. And art, 14, we're at 15, 16. That is, did she put the 2? So that's just a 2. It's 2 something. So she didn't finish the number. 23. Again, no aspersions. Oh, and it's on a forget-me-not. And so you can see a correction here and an addition. Ooh, look at that foxglove. Wow. And this is diary. And this is 24, 25, 28, 30, I'm going to flip back here. No. Okay, oof. All right, so this one, kind of a sticky stuck. Now, do we call that the beginning of July or the end of June? I'm going to call that the end of June. Which makes me think that this here, the start of that A, those should actually go to the prior month unless specifically annotated. So we are on July. We're on the back nine of 1906. Oops. Oh, well, here we are. I can use the single sheet of paper. It'll be fine. My goodness. Okay, so what am I doing? July. July, that is the title page. July mottos. St. Swithin's Day, if it do rain, for 40 days it will remain. St. Swithin's Day, and it be fair, for 40 days 'twill rain nae mair. A swarm of bees in May is worth a load of hay. A swarm of bees in June is worth a silver spoon. A swarm of bees in July is not worth a fly. Oh, in July, sure you're right. All right. That's the title page. We have quotes. T, it's not a T, it's an M. Those are quotes. And that's Spencer. This Jane Inglow again. And this is G. Meredith. Love in the Valley. Wow, that's pretty too. That is art. That's really pretty. These are so well observed, the art. Whew. Okay, we're right into diaries. 16711. 167, and she is chatty. Look at that. Whew. So she can get really compressed to fit everything all in. And I wonder if she is transposing and just trying to make everything fit, knowing that she's made a lot of notes. I don't know. And that is art. Or diary. 1418. I think it's 15. 21. More flowers. That's more art. Ooh, that's a double page of art. This is Vetch. Ooh, she's just doing art now. She's just pouring it out. This being July. Wow, okay. That's pretty. So is that. That's diary and art. And that is art. And she has the, so funny, 21 con. So she's saying continued. So hang on, 331. So she has said continued. So she stopped in mid-sentence, way back here, blah, 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 and topped, continued, by hedge of privet in full bloom. And so she did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of art. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then some more diary, some more art. Oh, and even some more art. That's art and art. And some art. So she got out her paints in July. Holy Dinah. She's cooking with gas. So I'm thinking, so how we find books, I guess in the thrift stores and so on, we'll pick a book and we'll sort of rifle through the pages. Somebody at some point probably fell on July of this and went, ooh, I'll have that. Because if you're doing that flip through, that is a one-way ticket to the cart. August. August. What's in August? St. Bartholomew brings the cold dew. If the 24th of August be fair and clear, then hope for a prosperous autumn that year. I don't know who St. Bartholomew is. All the tears St. Swithin can cry, St. Bartholomew's mantle wipes them dry. Okay, a lot of stuff going on there. That's the main page for August. And we start off with quotes. Then we do some art. And that I would call scenery. It's not really descriptive botanical, though there are little doodly-boos. That's the Latin term for them. Doodly-boo. They look like quails. Oh, diary. We start on a 1, 2, 4. 9, 11. 14, 17. 23, 24. Wow, she's squishing a lot of stuff in here. She does a lot of biking. So this is also interesting. So she has August, and then she has 1, 2, 4, da, 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 and then she has the 14th. Different than the 17th, 23rd. That's the only one that's got the So yeah, 17th, cycled. Oh, that's a beautiful 7. Cycled to Aberfoyle by Lake of Menteith and back by Loch Achray, Loch Catrin, and Loch Vernacher. Very bright, clear day with wonderfully fine distant views. On the high ridge of hills between Aberfoyle and the Trossachs, I found the bright scarlet berries of the bearberry growing among the heather and sundew in flower. Found some gentian beside Loch Vernacher. Oh, wow. Ooh, creeping loosestrife. So, we have an issue here in Ontario where we have purple loosestrife. And it is a very, very, very invasive species. It is choking waterways like crazy, and it comes from that side of the pond. It's pretty, but horrible. Diary art. Completely lost my focus there. Oh, that is a double art page. That's beautiful. And I am certain some little binder was so happy that he could bind that page. Like you can pick it out and then you have that as the page. That's beautiful. Oh, some more art. Don't be chitting and chatting. Oh, we're getting to rose hips. There's diary. 25. 28. There has been almost continuous rain in Scotland this month, although in England it has been one of the sunniest months on record. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, she's biking all over the place. She is cycling her little, I had this image of her like, little feet going like crazy. Art. That's pretty violet. Purples, heart's ease. Okay. And then one more piece of art. And then we're not. Okay, August. All right. Another big quote. Wow, you end August with a bang, do you? That threw me right off. That's the first time that she has ended a month with a month title. Maybe that's the poem. I don't know. My mother is regularly appalled at the lack of literary education I demonstrate. And by lack, it is simply different than hers. Hers is quite classical. She can memorize poetry, and I have no brain for memorization. None, zero, zippo, nada. And she can give you about 15 stanzas of something and then go, oh, I don't know, I can't remember the rest of it now. My brain's getting off. And it's like, oh my gosh, that was how much? August, September. I can work for months on a single stanza and I still don't have it. Okay, so there we are. So that was the end of August, and now we are into September. Let's see. Mottos. Fair on September 1st, fair for the month. September blows soft till the fruits in the loft. St. Matthew brings cold dew. September dries up wells or breaks down bridges. Oh, all right, that doesn't rhyme. And I kind of was hoping for a bit of a rhyme. Art of sparrows. Sparrows and oats. And we have some more quotes. That's Tennyson. That's Alex Smith. Oh, that's very pretty. It's a goldfinch feeding on thistle seed. Thistle feed. Oop, diary. 1722. Wow. We're just... So, June, almost every day. April, almost every day. September, whatever. Sorry. I don't know why I feel that in my heart. It's like, oh, please, I just want this diary to be over. That is me totally projecting me onto her. Ooh. Fruit of Spanish chestnut and horse chestnut. That's another double art spread. That's some diary. Yeah, she didn't write a lot. Ooh, September 2. So she did. So last time she had this as Kant. She didn't this time, and she is writing here there is all of this art, and then she's picking it up. So I think she is making space for maybe writing. I don't think she 100% didn't. So she might be filling in some of these blank pages with poetry to fill them in. Working hypothesis, 0 proof. 25 and then 30. And this is a quote art page. Lovely reds. Fruit of the dog rose. And blackberry. Come on. October. So October, we have the main page. A good October and a good blast to blow the hog, acorn, and mast. In October, dung in your field, and your land its wealth shall yield. Okay, well, we'll move on from that. Art, and we have quotes. This is Spencer, Tennyson, and Graham. And we're up to diary. And we have day 1, 2, 3, 5, 10. I know these berries. Yes, nightshade. Kind of a poisonous plant. Ooh. Hazelnuts and acorns. Wow. That's art. That is quotes, and that is Robert Louis Stevenson. Below is a list of the fruits and berries which I have gathered in this neighborhood this autumn. There are other varieties to be found, I know, in other parts of Warwickshire, but not a large number. She lists them. White pear, crab apple, sloe, bullace blackberry, hips, haws, horse chestnut, Spanish or sweet chestnut, wild service tree, hazelnut, beech mast, dogwood or cornel, elderberry, bittersweet or woody nightshade, black bryony, and yew. Of these berries, of the bittersweet and bryony alone are poisonous, although the berries of the dogwood are very astringent and unpleasant in flavor. It is curious that although the foliage of the yew contains so much poison, the berries are harmless and eagerly eaten by the birds, the only injurious part being the hard seed in the center, which the birds reject. I omitted to mention the above list, the Guelder rose and the mountain ash or rowan. To these should be added the holly berries, of which there are now scarlet, and the privet, 20 in all. So that, it's not diary-ish, maybe? Field guide, that's what it is. It's a field guide page. And this is art. And this is Keats, and this is a quote. And this is more art. Oop, more diary. And she's picking it up on the 10th. There, she's got a and nothing else. So 14, 16, 21. That's pretty. That feels very Christmassy. What is that? That is art and quotes. That's another double page of art. and perfectly measured to be able to have the page bits down the middle. More art. More, that's a diary and art. And that is 21 continued, 25, 31. The weather throughout the whole of October has been very mild. All right, well. Ooh, that's yummy. I know a bunch of people who would love that. And this is the quote page. William Allingham, George MacDonald. And then this is an art page. And then we're in November. We're getting down to it. This didn't take as long, I don't know, as I thought it would. So this, I think, is step one in the understanding of this book and what it would look like if we wanted to build. I might as well do December while I'm here. What it might look like. So November's got a main page. If there's ice in November that will bear a duck, there'll be nothing after but sludge and muck. November, take flail, let no ship sail. Okay, so that is main page. This is quote page. This is art page. That's Browning, and it just says from the German. Woo, she had a lot to say on the third. 1, 3, 10. Beautiful art on mushrooms. Toadstools, pardon me. Yeah, I think she's doing a toadstool. It looks like it's a very detailed toadstool entry. So 10. So 10 came over to the other page. And then we went 13. That is beautiful. That is a green woodpecker. Wow. What a beautiful piece of art. That's Shelley, so that would be quotes. Bramble leaves, that's art. And she's still making art. She is still recording what is there for her to see as a an observer of the world. And she is drawing whatever she sees. It doesn't have to be pretty. You know, this is, you know, a bare branch with thorns. This is dead grass for all intents and purposes. November, what is it? That's diary. And that's 13. What's this? The wife of a gamekeeper living next door to the cottage where I was painting the birds showed me 2 fine stuffed specimens of nightjars, which her husband had shot in the neighborhood. Never mind. I have often seen these birds on Dartmoor and on the Surrey Commons and in Cumberland, but I did not know before they were found in this part of the country. Well, 13, 14, 15, 19, 30. Northwest wind with showers of rain. And we end with art. And art, again, this is just, there's nothing pretty, but it is a true representation of what she's seeing. Gosh, this is beautiful. More Burns. That would be quote and art. And that is going to be more quote. And that is Art and Art. And she is doing as much art now in November, where there's nothing blossoming, as she might have been doing in July, when she had that whole long streak. Oh, and more even. And that's Shakespeare. These beautiful little sparrows. December main page. Oh, in December, keep yourself warm and sleep. Those are words to live by. Oh, a green Yule makes a fat kirkyard. Kirk is church. I don't know what that means. Bounce, buckram, velvets dear. Christmas comes but once a year. When it comes, it brings good cheer. And when it's gone, it's never near. Well, that's sad. I'm going to say when it's gone, when Christmas is gone, it's never near, i.e. it's once a year. But the cheer lasts. We're just going to back edit that. And this is quotes. This is art. And this is another beautiful rendering of holly. What's this? Privet. Privet berries. Oh, diary. Start with 1, 4, 7. 9, 10, 12, 14, 20, 25, 26. I want to see what she says. Oh, we woke to a snowy Christmas morning, sunshine later, and sharp frost at night. Okay. And that's quote and arts, and these are wrens. And that is James Graham. December, that's a big old long quote by Robert Louis Stevenson. And that is quote and art, and that is Bishop Munt. These look very houseplanty, so that's another really useful option to know. And more December diary, 27, 28. 30, 31. 31, Hogmanay. There is a rise in temperature this morning. The wind has gone round to the southwest, and there's every sign of an approaching thaw. The papers report more falls of snow. Outlying farms and villages in Yorkshire, East Lothian, and in the Highlands are entirely isolated by the deep snow. Oh, that's fun. That's the coconut that she was talking about very early on. Love, love, love. So that's her bird feeder. Because that 100% is a coconut. Oh, I'm so happy that I saw a picture of that. Like, this, to me, resonates very deeply with me because it is the picture of the thing that she talked about. And that, I think, is one of the beautiful things about drawing and keeping a record of stuff, because it's different now. It's not just a random word somewhere. It is this coconut in this structure with these birds. And I would certainly also say that nobody cares whether or not you can draw. The people who will be looking at this and reading it will not care. They are not looking for a Rembrandt. They are looking for something that came out of your hand. That is what is going to matter. So your drawing will always be perfect to them. Oh, and a mistletoe. And that is art. And then we then have appendix. And that's what these all look like. And I feel like this page has got more on them than some of these other ones, but I could be wrong. And this one has less. And that's that. So let's read what it says. Edith Holden was born at Kings Norton, Worcester in 1871, one of 7 children of a Midlands paint manufacturer. The family lived in a small village of Olton in Warwickshire, and it was there that she wrote and illustrated this book. So that was 1906, 1871. So 1871, 81, 91, 01. She was 35 when she wrote this. After attending art school, she worked as an illustrator with her drawings, often animals, being published in several books. Here we are. So that's the book. That is The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. This is the information about all of the pages. This is information about the book. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this away, kind of do some tabulation and some counting, and then see what this book means for being able to recreate one. I hope you enjoyed this very, very slow flip through. I hope it gave you some entertainment. I hope I was company for you. And that's all for now until I see you real soon. Bye now. Take care.